Cannon's on vacation.
We're being recorded. Okay.
Well, DG's in charge.
All right.
She's been promoted for the day.
Ready? Call the meeting to order. Would you call the roll, please?
All right, Keith Campbell,
Here.
Jim Steelsmith,
Here.
Steve Eichenbrod, Kyle Ferris.
Here.
Bill Gallagher.
Here. Okay, we need next to approve the agenda with flexibility. A motion,
I'll motion to approve the agenda with flexibility.
Second.
okay, all in favor, say aye.
Yep.
Opposed, same sign. Our first thing we'll do with flexibility is we'll table the minutes and we'll go with the new application. You want to bring your packet up, give to her. Mark one of the original and pass out the others. Thank you. There we go. Use. Okay. Starting with the guidelines for applications, that application should be printed in black ink. That's okay. Only one request for application, that's okay. They are requesting in-home occupation. I see they had an in-home occupation part filled out here somewhere. Seen that. Okay. And events with more than one property owner, all property owners must sign it or acting agent and have notarized power of attorney. So you know, you both need to be here for the hearing. If not, you need to have a power of attorney for the other one to represent. So But that's not a problem, I hope. All right, 9 packets, I think, looks like we got 9, right?
Mhm.
Right. I think I seen a deed and legal description somewhere here.
Yeah, that-
Okay. Let's see, it shall be. Drawing the property showing the existing, including the location, present, proposed structures and front side and rear setbacks, all structures and uses to be included. I think it's pretty much complete. I thought I'd seen a couple of things, but we'll go back to that when we get there. This piece here. Okay. Application for sign, you're not having a sign on this, are you?
No.
Included, okay.
no.
That doesn't apply then. The names of adjacent, adjoining, contiguous, and across from property owners within 200 feet. We've seen that too. Okay. Applicant shall provide a map for the map room. I think I've seen the one from GIS. I think what we're accepting now too. Nice picture from GIS. Then we have a plot map on here. Okay. Don't think there's no subdivision involved. And, okay. Anybody see any problem with the application? Any questions about the application?
Give me 1 second. I'm just double checking. That way, when we leave, we know everything's taken care of.
Feeling I can see here. And it'd be easy to figure out probably. On this page right here,
That's one.
the rear setback for the barn. From the rear of the barn to the rear property line, I don't see that dimension.
To the rear.
Actually, should both sides too. There's 2 barns on this property or
Yes.
both? Both barns need the side, front and rear setbacks. From the road to the property, to the side property to the side property.
I thought that shows that.
You could. Do the math, probably figure it out. So I mean, it doesn't, I mean, it's up to you guys, what do you?
I know that both barns from the edge of our property line to
Yeah.
next door neighbors. They're all over 19 feet.
Yeah. And so he was talking about coming this way, but you can do the math.
I mean, the house looks closer than the barn and it's 38 feet, so.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with it.
Okay, I just want to make sure that, we're all looking at the same thing. I mean, I can just have them bring those dimensions, put them up for the hearing if necessary to. Just fill this in.
So are the 2 studios connected by a roof?
No, sir.
They are separate.
Correct.
there a restroom available in one of those studios?
Yes, sir.
Both?
Okay.
Cool.
So there's 4 outbuildings on the property,
Yes.
2
Yes,
studios
or-
and a personal barn and another barn, right?
Yeah.
The other 2 are just for story.
That's fine. I mean, I just,
I count in my head.
No, not one, the chicken coop.
any other questions from anybody?
Um, just trying to get things out of the way. So, looking at your aerial, it's obviously an older aerial. Have you designated parking? Like, in other words, when somebody pulls up, do you have, designated parking for them? And do you have any idea how many spaces that holds?
5.
5? Okay.
By the smaller barns, smaller. This,
Okay.
I had made a basketball court over at Gravel years ago,
Uh-huh.
and that's where we put the 5 spots.
Okay.
Yeah, there is signs that are little, you know.
It's gravel.
Actually, lots of times.
Well, the parking 5 spots, but everything around that is gravel.
Okay.
Yeah, the aerial is
That
pretty
is something.
outdated.
Yeah.
It looks like Sanford Sun there, right
Yeah.
there. I used to tear down old barns and old farmhouses and use.
The wood is one of them.
Well, there's still a lot of stuff there, but
Yeah.
it's all
We've cleaned up a lot.
where you see.
These studios heated or,
They're the original floors too on. Like the barn is being written, I kept all the original beams. And the floors intact,
Mhm.
just redid them. So we could keep the same look, and then in the other building, the loft. I have some beams in that, and one's right here from an 1834 farmhouse that we tore down here. And we used a lot, I tore down quite a few in Harlem Township, a barn so that we could remove the wood. And we just reclaimed it. People.
He got angry. Why would you paint that?
Brightened it up, didn't it?
Mhm.
I have a question.
Mhm.
And what number to assign this? I don't know how many other applications we've had this year already.
The hearing's not gonna take place until next year, correct?
True, we had that assign a number right now.
Because I already have it listed as 2401. That works. I can look back and see if you want to make that a 23.
I don't think that should make a difference to you. We're not gonna hear till next year anyways.
Yeah, you're not gonna hear it. Yeah, 2401's good.
We can do, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. I just.
When you book online, what type of time increments are you looking at when somebody rents it?
Hourly,
Hourly?
a whole hour, yeah.
Okay, so they don't book it for a couple days or
No,
a
no,
week or anything?
No, never. Like this time, like they would do, the Twenty-First do mini sessions for families, so they might book like 4 or 5 hours in a row.
Mhm.
But no,
Okay.
never crossover, nobody stays overnight.
Well, I was thinking like if they showed up and they had like 10 clients or something, they're gonna, shoot for a day or two. I didn't.
Yeah, no, they would go home and come back the next day if that's what they were gonna do. Yeah.
Any other questions, anything? Yeah. I think it looks pretty complete to me.
No.
I would like, though, if you take that one with the setbacks are, if you could just fill in the rest of the setbacks for the other buildings.
Okay.
And just bring it
the
to-
Edge of the property lines.
And
Okay.
property line to the edge of the building, and just bring it with you tonight at the hearing.
No
I
problem.
mean, it's not, it's just so it goes into the file, so it's on record. So
Absolutely.
basically, what it's basically saying is 10 years from now, the next zoning inspector wants to go out there and they say, well, this building moved or something.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah, but just
Sure.
make sure we got to pinpoint where it actually is. So,
Absolutely, yep.
I don't, I don't,
I
I
didn't
don't
have
foresee-
much of it to do, like.
I don't
which-
foresee the building moving, but
Yeah,
hey,
Yeah,
just so that it's in the records that this is what was approved and it's where it was located at the time of approval. So
I can do that.
if not, we'll entertain a motion and when to accept this application and set a hearing. Oh, we need to talk about dates. Bring the calendar back up here. So February, you're saying?
Yeah.
Meeting in February would be the 19th. Okay, like it's 7:35.
10:35, you say?
Usually get time to get the meeting started and do the roll call and all that stuff. So we don't usually have a hearing after that. We try and move the hearings up to the front of the meeting so that you can get on about your business.
So you said the 19th, right?
Yeah, it's looking tentatively right now. We'll see. I think that's what, since January looks messed up because of the holiday. And you said you guys will be out of town. So
Yeah,
that helps us out too. So,
maybe please.
I move that we accept the application and set the hearing date.
you're here now.
Huh?
February 19th, it's 7:35 p.m.
Yeah, set the hearing date at the 19th at 7:35.
At the firehouse.
Huh?
3883 from 605 firehouse. Yeah. So
Yeah,
we got you. We have a motion,
I second the motion.
a second. Motion is to accept the application HTVZA 2401 with the hearing date of February 19th at 7:35 p.m. at 3883 State Route 605, Galena, Ohio 43021. A motion, we got a second, all in favor, so we have a roll call vote on that.
All right, Keith Campbell.
Aye.
Jim Steelman,
Aye.
Kyle Fair,
Aye.
Bill Gallagher,
Aye.
and Steve Eisenbrown, not present.
So motion's carried, so you're set for February 19th at 7:35 PM. You'll need to give her a check tonight. I don't. You're on top of, you're on top of the whole thing.
I'm like, I'm gonna have everything.
You've done a good job. I wish it was as easy as it was.
Just follow up, yeah. Everything. I was coached to do, oh, I think I've had to see. Oh, yeah.
Are we good?
You're it. It looks like it.
We just get to do a little paperwork and we're out of here.
That is. But over the next 2 years, it's gonna get crazy.
It depends on our part. It depends on what's going on, but
That's fine.
the zoning commission
You know
and the
what?
trustees get a lot more business than we do.
Trustees.
Oh, okay.
But Harlem Township's gonna get busy, yeah.
Much. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Make it home safe tonight.
You be careful.
Out there. In February,
Yeah, enjoy your vacation.
yeah.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda, we got that one done. I guess we need to do minutes.
Well, I'll go.
Okay.
We have a volunteer. We'll go with that.
We like volunteers.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I didn't get you too.
Boarding of zoning, no.
Yeah.
Board of Zoning
Yes,
Appeal regular meeting,
Written shreds on that.
November 20th, 2023. Roll call. Mr. Campbell called the meeting to order at 7:30. MX Wolf.
Is that?
Is that MX?
That's
Yeah, it's
what
supposed to be mixed, yeah,
MS and then X.
MX, yeah,
We kind of figured that, we looked at it that time.
yeah, no, that's right,
I circled. it. Yeah. Huh,
right.
Okay.
That's all we're.
What does that mean?
It's just the gender neutral.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
geez.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's fine too. If that's right, then that's,
I'm getting old.
if it's a correct thing, then we don't need to correct it.
I'm sorry I pointed.
Oh, no,
I've never seen it before, so that.
I've been using that since, oh, God, 2009.
Oh, my goodness.
Good for
So-
you.
We are way
We
beyond.
learned something tonight.
Yeah.
There we go. There we
A
go.
lot easier. to Type the S.
Yeah.
That's true.
Hit that X is tough on the typewriter.
Okay,
I'm typing.
MX Wolf.
Mhm.
Called the roll. After the roll call, Mr. Gallagher made a motion to approve the agenda with flexibility. Mr. Eisenbrown seconded. All voted aye, no objections. The minutes were tabled until later to allow more time for public speaking. Board members present, Keith Campbell, Jim Steelsmith, Steve Eisenbrown, Kyle Ferris, Bill Gallagher, absent none. Others present, Mike Campbell, zoning director, DG Wolf, administrative assistant. Public present, Lee Weber, 12204 Ivy Ridge Place, Galena, Ohio. Rob Bloomer, 12318 Ivy Ridge, Galena, Ohio. CW Whiting, 6262 State Route 605 Westerville. Keisha Annis, 5081 Miller Paul Road. Danny Smith, 797 Red Bank Road, Westerville, Ohio. New applications. The board received a potential application for a sign variance from Rob Bloomer and Lee Weber. The board reviewed the application and noted several issues. The applicant is a HOA, not a property owner. No legal description, no deed present, no property owners or power of attorneys present. Neighboring properties are needed, as well as drawings, maps of the property and proposed changes. The board also needed the signs, proposed materials, and other construction details. The board returned the application so that the residents can provide the expected documents at a later date. Public comments. Isha Annis, 5801 Miller Paul, asked the board about an application process for a conditional use permit for a photography studio. The board walked Ms. Annis through the procedure. Christopher Whiting, 6262 State Route 605, asked about a dog run variance application. The board discussed the application, what Mr. Whiting needs to bring in. Danny Smith, 797 Redback Road, asked about selling cars on his property. After discussion, the board agreed that an extended variance would not be appropriate for Mr. Smith as he sells more than 7 cars per year, and that would be considered a business. Review of the minutes. The board reviewed the October minutes. One spelling,
Alteration.
alteration was needed. After corrections, Mr. Smith mentioned a motion to approve the minutes as corrected. Bill Gallagher seconded, all voted aye. No objections. Reports, zoning director. Mr. Campbell reported that 86 new permits have been issued so far this year, 6 more than last year. 4 junk and debris properties have been passed to the prosecutor. Regional Planning Committee, Regional Planning will be meeting with the public relations to keep the township informed. Work on the Northwest Quadrant is still in talks. After December 1st, there will be a meeting with the strategic planners. Sewer development is setting the timetable for a lot of the planning. Township training, Mr. Campbell spoke about the Delaware County training earlier this month. Items included in the training included sunshine laws, records handling, the upcoming solar eclipse. The board also discussed moving the township dedicated email and phones for liability and security purposes. Mr. Ferris made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Mr. Gallagher seconded the motion. All voted aye, no objections. Meeting ended at 8:41. Respectfully submitted.
Thank you.
DJ Wolf, Administrative Assistant.
We figured out that the first line is okay.
Mhm.
Down here, Danny Smith, Westerville Highway, have 430, nothing, so we can just delete that.
Yeah.
I just like you tried to put the zip code in, but it doesn't matter, we don't need it. Okay. And other than those two,
So,
non-corrections.
so under public comments, the third item there, the Danny Smith.
Yes.
After discussion, the board agreed that the extended variance would not be appropriate.
Hmm.
So we didn't take a vote or anything on that, right?
No, I think that's, I think we'll probably I'll word that just a little different. I'll think about that for here a couple of seconds. We did not entertain any kind of official.
Yeah, kind
I
of
think,
like maybe
I
we
think
did.
we just ought to put in there, after discussion, the board agreed it was, let's see.
You could say the board felt
Yeah, we didn't agree. The board, just put the board felt
that an extended variance.
extended variance would not be appropriate. Instead of agreed, because we just, that way, there was no decision made, agreed not to take the decision. And will 7 cars a year be considered a business or a business? And I down there that needs a dealer license. So add to that line, it says might take the and out and just put, If that would be considered a business that needs a dealer's license. Make that a separate sentence.
Would be considered a business with a dealer's license.
Okay, with a dealer's license, that sounds even
They're
better.
requiring,
If you sell more than 7 cars, you're required to get a dealer's
you're
license.
required.
Yeah.
I've checked on that before.
Yeah.
When I was wanting to sell cars at my house.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you sell 6, you're good to go.
That was. Probably almost 30 years ago, I checked on that. I don't think I don't think it's changed. You was required to have a gravel lot so big by so big, a dedicated office, dedicated phone line.
Enlisted times, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
had hours posted on when your business is open. There's a whole, just to get a dealer's license to sell
Mm.
more than 7 cars.
Okay.
If you transfer more than 7 cars, they're gonna tell you, hey, you need to get a dealer's license, they'll catch you, they'll get it.
Yeah, they catch you on those.
They want you to get a dealer's license, so you're kind of. The title has to go through the courthouse, so they know how many cars you've sold this year, so they know.
Yeah, I know.
And it's a whole lot. I was 30 years ago, I'm sure the record is a whole lot faster to find now. It's all electronic, so.
The computer goes ding, ding, ding.
Anyways. So we have those corrections. So everybody, you got that?
Mhm.
Oh, good for you. Need a motion to approve as corrected.
Motion to approve is corrected.
I second the motion.
Mr.
Chairman,
Yes,
I'm sorry to interrupt. Maybe I didn't hear it, but wasn't Matt Yeager present at the last meeting?
no, I don't think it
No.
was.
No, at the zoning workshop, he was present, but not at BZA.
All right, I apologize. Get
That's
my
fine.
meetings confused.
I'm glad you're paying attention. An audience, yay. You made the second. You made the motion.
Second.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Minutes have been approved as corrected. Okay. Next on the agenda. We're getting going pretty good. We don't have Mike tonight, so that's good. Jim,
Planning.
planning.
Well, we've been busy. Let's see, we've been talking with utility companies as to their being able to supply electric, water, sewer for new development. As you probably know or don't know, that AEP approved the 2 high tension lines going through the northeast quadrant.
I got my letter in the mail.
Huh?
I got my letter in the mail.
Did you? Yeah, anyway, so they're gonna put 2 high tension lines heading over to Intel and Amazon. The thing about those 2 high tension lines is Harlem Township gets no power from those. So we need power, but we don't get it from there. Talked to Delco the other day. They're trying to figure out how to get more water over to us. We don't have enough water and we don't have enough pressure. So Delco's comment was, right now, the further away we are from these towers, the least less pressure you're going to have. And right now they can't support like a 3-story building. If we're down on Fancher Road and they want to build a 3-story office building, that 3rd floor ain't gonna get water. So they're working on figuring out how to, route water over this way. So it's becoming somewhat complex.
There he is.
And so we're looking for people that can help us. Some of the guys are working with the getting ready to present to Delaware County on the roads. and see what they're thinking about the roads. The latest I heard of interest is they actually appropriated the money and they're studying for the roundabout at Harlem and Fancher. They're gonna put a roundabout at Harlem and Fancher.
Harlem and Fancher.
There's already a roundabout at Harlem and Smothers.
I know.
Now they're gonna come up a half mile, seems
Put
like,
another one in.
and put another one in. So
They're
basically,
already moving utilities for here at Fancher, no 605.
yeah, and of course, we have Fancher and 605 is gonna have a roundabout also. So our cars are gonna be like race cars. Because the inside tire is going to wear faster as we go around the roundabouts all over the county.
I go the other way every once in a while.
the other way. Nobody's looking
Nobody's looking.
late at night.
Yeah, so we'll have to order in some race tires, just like Indy.
Harder compound on the left
Yeah,
side.
so that way we can make all
Actually,
these,
might be, on the right side, it's gotta go further distance.
but so anyway, we thought that was sort of like, really? But they want to do it. So there's just a lot of stuff going on. We're gonna have some big meetings coming in January and February. Encourage everybody to get on Zoom. If you can't come, to get on Zoom and watch them. And that's pretty much it.
I think Fancher is gonna be the main east-west.
The problem that we're running into on Fancher
Is it runs into the reservoir?
is the cemetery.
Oh.
You have the cemetery on both sides. And if you got through that problem, which would probably be shovels and pitchforks, if you told people that they were going to move your relatives' graves, is the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not,
The line of sight on the hill is not good.
yeah, you can't see, so I can't imagine them widening and not doing something with the hill, and then you gotta do something with cemetery. Our recommendations unofficially so far, and they're gonna talk to the county, that committee is gonna talk to the county, is that they need to put another road in. Maybe take Smothers and go straight and do a follow the county line and go straight out to 605 and pick up 605 that way. Or some of the developers are talking about maybe a road just north of Fancher, where all those open fields are. And if you put the road through there, the thinking is that as they put subdivisions in, that'll give you roads to tie into. And because you're gonna have to tie those subdivision roads into something. So there's a lot of engineering and a lot of thought going into this. The guys are also starting to work on Center Village and what to do with Center Village Road. And so they're trying to come up with some ideas for that. So-
And I, as I look at things, even State Route 605 goes nowhere. I mean, it starts in New Albany and ends up at the Condit, but it doesn't. I mean, other than crosses 36, 37,
Yeah,
there's no,
yeah.
there's no tie-in to that. You can't be down here somewhere and drive up that for 40, 50 miles and go somewhere, it doesn't connect.
There was there's been talk about, what about the Smothers Road Bridge, the county line bridge going over Hoover?
Yeah.
With all this traffic, because if you'll notice at certain times of the day, it does start to back up already. And the word is that Columbus, Hoover's Columbus. And the bridge is Columbus, even though they worked out some deal, Franklin County did the last work on it. And so far, Columbus says that's not our problem. What happens in Harlem and Plain Township,
They don't care.
yeah, they don't care. So what it is they're gonna force the state or somebody to have to come in and do something with that bridge.
Can we make that a toll road?
Yeah, you could do that. We could make
I
money.
like it.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't wanna make it. I just don't want people driving there.
Oh, no, I was gonna say with all the traffic, we'd make money on
About that.
it, pay for our Harlem
Make it
parks and
go
stuff.
away.
Get you an orange vest. Clipboard, you're down there and start taking toll.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Columbus, they're not too cooperative. So Delco told me that they had looked at dropping, they need more water coming to Harlem.
Yeah.
So they looked at trenching Hoover and to run another main in this trench through Hoover, and Columbus told them no. Columbus says you have to bore under Hoover like they did that gas line. And it's gonna cost, it would cost them, just the boring, not counting the setup on each side and all that, was gonna cost $8 million. And there's no guarantee it works. That you don't get stuck when you're under there. The gas line, I hadn't heard this, I knew they had problems. But the gas line, number one, they got stuck in a spot. They got out of that, and then they had to reduce the gas line from a 20 to a 16. So that's a lot of capacity you lost when you're trying to feed a whole area to go from a 20-inch to a 16-inch.
Well, and then you look at all that. My understanding was where they're putting the sewer in, they're hitting rock down there.
Well, they're blasting on the rock,
They're blasting the rock, but
but
you can't blast.
I don't think you can blast over because you might lose your water.
So I'm saying though,
Yeah.
so they probably had the same problem
Mhm.
under that reservoir, it's probably a lot of rock.
Yeah. So we know the gas company had problems. Everybody knows it, I guess, especially the engineers. So Delco's not willing to make that $8 million gamble. And like I said, then they were,
$8 million, go ahead and build another reservoir.
well, they talked about reservoir because we asked about, see, we're working on this.
Yeah.
We asked about, a site-specific reservoir in Harlem Township. The problem is, they want a regional reservoir because of the cost of the infrastructure. In other words, the water treatment plant, all the piping, all that stuff. So if we had a 30 or 40 acre lake, that might feed, a good portion of Harlem. They're not interested in that. They want 300 acres or more. And I said, well, we don't have that. So,
I don't know, I mean,
we're thinking on a regional basis.
yeah, drilling wells is not an option because most of them.
Not here. We
Not-
have to go out where they're all arguing over by Alexandria
Yeah.
to drill those wells and go lower the water tables. But there's good water over there. Right here, there's not.
I'm fortunate, I got wells been working.
I had a good well system. All my neighbors hit sulfur. I had a good
I don't
well,
have that problem.
but Harlem, a little town of Harlem is notorious all around there sulfur.
I know that.
But there's just not enough capacity in a well. So
I've always, as the development happens, most people are going on to Delco, so I haven't been that many people drilling, but I've always worried about that.
but talking about our neighbors, Columbus. So they don't want to fix the bridge. They don't want to let us have a water line,
They want,
And that's the other-
unless they annex all of this, then I'm thinking.
Well, yeah, and we're sitting next to Hoover and we can't have any of that water. All our water comes from Mountain Creek. We don't get any Hoover water. I said, why can't we just drop an 8-inch pump in there? And start sucking it out like they do in Colorado. But anyway, yeah. Mike and I were talking about the other day, so we've got two high tension electric, high voltage, high tension electric lines going through. Can't have any of that. We got a huge dam right next to us, can't have any of that water. I mean, it's just like, really?
That's good, just stay like we are, don't build nothing here.
Yeah.
Or the people that have it, like you said, Columbus, they'll sneak in on you because they can offer it. So that's what we're working on.
All right,
All righty.
such good news always,
Huh?
such good news.
Well, actually, yeah, if we could slow it down, I think we could do a better job planning.
Oh.
Get better, better developments and better business and that kind of stuff if it does slow down. The problem is you've got all these,
I just don't want to see the high rise apartments,
well, we don't have zoning for that.
I was thinking, 3 and 4 story apartment buildings and all the units.
Ours zoning only calls, you're only allowed a 2-story apartment building. You're allowed 3 stories in those mixed use areas, in the commercial areas. If you have storefronts on the bottom and then 2 stories of apartments, but that's it. And so far,
How does that get changed? I mean, what's the procedure for some developer to come in and say?
He would request zoning. He has to request zoning.
And can we stop him at that point?
They'll probably sue us. You have to have a reason.
Hmm.
It all boils down to reason. I was talking to my son, who's involved in Canal Winchester,
Mhm.
and a Sheets came in on a small lot. And Canal Winchester turned them down, said the lots, the parcel's too small. And Sheets sued them. It turns out back in the sixties, Canal Winchester let a small gas station in on a lot, roughly that size, and said, you have precedent. And they won the court case. And Sheets went in and he says there's accidents there almost every day because the ingress is too small. And the ingress and egress is so bad, there's always fender benders there. But they took him to court, says it's the smallest Sheets you've ever seen. But so that's when you say, can you stop them? You have to have a valid reason.
But I don't understand this whole Sheets thing anyways, because the trend supposedly be, I don't agree with that either, is to move to electric cars. So this fuel will no longer be used as necessary with when people going to electric, because they're building things every corner you look at.
Oh, and the car lots are full of electric cars because nobody's buying
I
them.
know they're not buying them. I know that.
Yeah, nobody's buying them.
Well, you know,
And then the ones that
if,
are buying them. have problems.
if you're in California where you got a charging station on every other block that works for them, you're in Ohio and where are you gonna charge it?
Well, they have to put that infrastructure in, but the problem is, it's not, so far, it's not around here anyway, the charging's not fast enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you wanna pull in a gas station and wait 45 minutes to charge, if they got an electric charger.
That's all the whole other problem,
Anyway, but that's what happens when they want to change zoning or alter it, is you have to have a valid reason.
Luckily, we don't have much of that stuff already here.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that something? I mean, that's like telling a farmer he can't farm. I mean, if you want to put a farm in, yeah, go ahead.
So. All right, Delaware County training, myself and Kendra, Mike, and our new trustee, Matt, went to that training. The public records laws and the sunshine laws and all stuff. I mean, I've done that before, so it was nothing a whole lot different new there. The big news is the solar eclipse. We are in the area of totality in Harlem Township. So they already have a committee working, Delaware County does. For traffic control, other things, that relate to that. And so, they said hotels are already booked up, all the campgrounds were already booked up for that day, that week. And so there's a lot.
Parking spots on your lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start mowing my conservation area back down
Put parking.
and put parking in there.
So, we're working about crowd control, and so I guess the emergency management part of Delaware County got a whole plan, and they're working with all their groups and working on that stuff, so. But yeah, we are in the area.
That's April the 8th, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Sounds like fun.
But my stepson is big on going watching and seeing the eclipse and all that. And he says, I'm going to Texas
Why in Texas?
because the weather's better. He says, oh, it's cloudy, it's gonna rain, it can even snow. He says, you might not see
I
that.
thought you said we were the main point.
We're in that path of totality. We're not.
That runs across.
Oh, as it runs across.
So there's-
Oh, okay.
The United States, we're in the path. Now, if you're down past Westerville down there, you're not. We're on the very edge.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
So we will probably see total darkness. you'll probably see the animals, the birds do give kind of get disoriented because of all this and all of these, they tell, you know, give us all a whole presentation, but yeah, we are in the path of that in Harlem Township. Just on the edge.
But it only lasts a couple hours. though,
Yeah.
At most.
Yeah.
But the county is working on a
How
plan.
much I can get a parking spot?
Set campers out there.
Yeah, I mean, they could put, you know. I wouldn't pay my fuel to mow it down.
Yeah, like I say,
I've got a nice wildlife.
like I say,
now.
the problem here is. Well, besides, with the clouds, you not see nothing.
That's true.
Yeah.
It'll just be dark and cloudy.
Like when it's at night.
Yeah, that'd be like tonight. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Jeez.
Yeah, so. That's, as I say, my stepson said he's going to Texas because the weather down there is better.
Okay,
They have more sunshine in April than we do.
April showers. Well,
We can make Verbos, B&Bs, or no, Airbnb.
Airbnb, yeah, rent your house out.
No, I'm not doing it. Don't want anybody. in my house.
Come back to, how's it?
Yeah, house like they partied and
No.
Okay, we have no zoning report, so any other new business, old business or whatever? We need to discuss our meeting dates for January.
January. Calendar out here.
Okay. So I look on January,
Why do I already have the 9th written down?
the 9th, you're meeting for your planning committee.
Oh, you're right.
I got the township calendar here.
Okay,
This room will be occupied.
so the room will be occupied.
The zoning commission. The first Monday for them is the first, that's a holiday, so then they're meeting to the 7th. They're having their organizational meeting at 7 o'clock and a regular meeting at 7:30.
You mean on the 8th?
Yeah, on the 8th, right?
Okay,
And then. The 15th is our meeting, but that's Martin Luther King Day. So. My proposal is move it to the 16th, if you can be here on Tuesday instead of Monday. I don't know how your guys' schedule work.
what normally happens then? That may be. I don't have my notes with me. That may be another planning meeting.
It's not on the calendar.
Yeah, we just talked about it today. So it's not on there yet.
They can't do it, we already got the meeting room scheduled. And we could go down to we can't go down to the next Monday because the zoning commission took that one already.
Really?
For the workshop,
Jeez.
so,
Well, and the 17th would be the trustees, right?
right. So then that puts us down. And I was concerned about these people not getting their
Yeah.
hearing within 30 days. Well, they're not gonna be able to come anyways, they're gonna be out of town.
Well, we need to advertise when we're open, so in case somebody wants to bring an app.
Right, so we need, that's what I wanted to find out. I mean, we could go to the 29th if you want.
Well, why do we have to do it on Monday or Tuesday? Can we do it on a Thursday or Friday?
That's up to your guys' schedule. I'm open, I'm retired, I don't work, so I don't have a.
So there's some wording in our bylaws in there when we're supposed to move it to.
Yeah, well, but say it's. Well, here's
I just don't want somebody to say, oh, you didn't do it by the bylaws. I
the
don't,
bylaws, that it's what's in on the. Our normal schedules, it says it's the third Monday, but being the third Monday is a holiday, and there's exceptions for holidays. And then we can either do the following Monday or we can do the Tuesday. Well, I was thinking maybe the Tuesday, but then he's saying that maybe the planning committee wants to have it.
Yeah, they're gonna have a public meeting then.
And so. We have nothing scheduled unless someone wants to come in with an application. We don't have much.
What about, just throwing it out there, what about, the 10th, Wednesday, the 10th?
No problem with that.
I will say, if it's a Wednesday or a Friday, I won't be here because I have a second job.
Yes, so she can't be here. We can't have.
You
a
guys
second.
should be able to manage without.
Or we could do, what, you're
Well-
available Thursdays?
Yeah.
What about, the 11th?
The Girl Scouts are here.
18th.
We go the 18th after the trustees.
So we don't have to have our organizational done before the trustees?
The trustees do their organizational on the 3rd.
Oh, okay. That's true. Yeah, the 18th, that way we're not getting real deep into the month, if that's okay with you guys.
You know, then we don't know about Steve and that, as long as we have 3, we're fine.
Huh?
I says, we don't know about Steve, but does it matter
Oh,
because
I'll yell at him.
long as there's 3 of us.
I'll yell at him. So I'm gonna put BZA down for that day.
Do you want to do the 18th?
Yeah.
We can just, since we have no hearing that night, we can just do organizational regular time at 7:30.
Right.
Because
So then if somebody, if one of those guys, because there's like 3 of them hanging out there, why they're not showing up with their applications, Mike's gonna get on a couple of them.
Right.
But we need to have, there should be some apps coming and they're just dragging their feet.
what was the other one we talked to about somebody?
Well, we've still got the carpenter on 605.
Yeah, I think he's having health issues. I'm not sure he's even.
Yeah, but he's working. I see him working.
Is he? I don't.
Yeah. He's got his sign out. There's trucks back at the barn. There's wood stacked all over where they're working. He needs to get his buns in here.
Yeah.
And the sign, if you don't think they're coming back on the BZA sign, I don't know. Or not the BZA, the subdivision
Ivy
sign.
Ridge. Here's it. I mean, we can look at that here in a minute. I'll explain why.
But anyway, I'm thinking we might have some coming in, so being earlier in the month would help. So the 18th, I think, would be good.
That way if we schedule. If we take an application, and schedule a hearing, we can do it the same time we do the other ones.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So
So,
good with you guys?
mhm.
All right.
Absolutely.
So it works for you, 18th? Okay, so we. One was February 18th. You'll need to put that
I
in.
mean, you said January.
Tell where it was at
Yeah, that,
and get it on the website.
all
okay.
those public notices out, so.
Fine.
Yeah.
And we'll need to put the
Then
the hearing we
February.
just done tonight
Sure.
and the public notice for that.
Oh.
As long as it's at least 10 days before the hearing, so. But-
Yeah.
but big-
A big old checklist I'm gonna run down tomorrow.
So just sometime. Since it's not gonna be till February, as long as you get it in sometime in January, I think it'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay. So. We need to advertise our meeting change and it'll be an organizational meeting and a regular meeting, both. Anything else we need to schedule?
We need a motion on that?
Probably should. Since we got it locked down. So make a motion for the 18th.
Yeah, I move that I'll make a motion, we do our January meeting on January 18th, Thursday at 7:30.
That's. January 18th. Got a motion to.
A second.
Meeting? Have we got a second? Who did? Kyle.
That's at 7:30.
Okay. Right. And that will also be our organizational meeting, so we'll
Okay.
we'll elect the new chairperson.
Yeah.
You been through that before yet?
The guy with the open computer,
I have not.
he's it, isn't he? If the computer's open,
What, in our case, what happens, we voted him. Turn the meeting over to you.
I thought it was just like.
Players to get 4 or 5 nominations.
Well, not
And then
just-
the chairperson gets
Huh?
elected, then
Not just
meeting back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You have,
Yeah.
one section of you, you'll be in charge.
Okay,
Huh?
yes. 30
This is
seconds
gas
will be
money, yeah.
my show.
I don't know if there's enough gas money.
Okay. Then I got. Look at February here. When that hearing is. That was the 19th, right?
Yeah,
Alrighty.
It's in February, what was that?
the 19th is our regular
Oh,
meeting.
already. Okay, we're back.
Next meeting date is January 18th. 7:30. Uh. Ivy Ridge signs. You wanna pop the book open there on the sign section? Just so we know what we're looking at.
A good book. What section are we in?
20 something maybe, I don't remember.
You're supposed to know all that.
I don't.
Somebody tell me, I'll just do it.
Oh, F, do a switch.
How to control this. Plan.
Industrial.
General development standards,
22 something maybe.
Yeah, 22.
signs. All right, yeah, 22.
Okay. Signs require no permit, signs required by BZA, zoning inspector. Okay, 2205 starts.
All right, requiring conditional use permit issued by Harlem Township Board of Zoning
Okay,
Appeals.
Harlem Township Board may grant conditional permit for erection and maintenance of free-training signs only upon compliance with following requirements. Following an application, whatever. No such freestanding sign shall exceed 32 square feet in area per side, including the supporting structures, the geometric area outlined by the supporting structures, nor have more than 2 sides. So if you look at the supporting structures, count the structures, you count the sign, and you count the area between the structures, we're way over 32 square feet.
Who is?
Ivy Ridge.
Ivy Ridge. They built
Two
big,
pillars up, you want to hang a sign across it.
then they put a board across between them and they're gonna hang the sign down in there. Yeah, that total volume is huge.
So, I mean, that's the first thing, you know, that I could lay my,
So we would have to give them a huge variance for that.
it's still not allowed.
We can.
It
We
just
do
says
everything we
that
want
the
with these.
resolution says no such freestanding sign shall exceed 32 square feet in area. Even when this even was what we are allowed, it still can't exceed 32 square feet. See what I'm saying?
Mhm.
No.
And they want 2 of them, they want them on each side of the road.
Yeah,
So,
I'm thinking.
the second thing with their application that was talking about is this, the HOA wants to do this, not the property owners. And it's gonna be on the property owner's land.
Right, I know.
And so I can't give a variance to a HOA. I have to give it to a property owner.
Well, I also see here where they have to be, they can't be closer than 25 feet to the nearest right of way.
Right.
I don't think they're,
No.
they're messed up on that one too.
Yeah.
Well, they have a problem.
like I say, they want to leave their post, their column, that's fine, as long as they don't hang no sign on it.
Yeah,
That's, but they went ahead and done stuff without asking first, and then they spent money that they wasted.
Well, the law is the law.
I
Is
can't,
this the same folks who were here last month?
yeah.
Okay. Make sure we weren't talking about somewhere else.
No,
so, as I say, that when I read this, what the BCA is allowed to do. And the first thing it says is it can't be more than 32 square feet.
well, and it's not really worth investigating. If we were gonna do something bigger or better,
Right.
It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the sign to a subdivision.
Right, and we've had the question before.
Right. We
Not
had
too-
that. You talk about precedent, yeah, we have a precedence on that.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I don't think signs I can remember coming to BZA that passed the, like, the church,
Right, and you have Harlem Estates,
which we denied,
we denied that.
and the campgrounds. We did that long time ago
The-
at the Tree Haven. And I really don't think that sign up there now is the same one we approved. I don't remember for sure. And that was been maybe 20 years ago or so. I don't, but it's not like it's obnoxious and that great big, and if it did change, I don't know
Right,
why.
I haven't paid attention to it.
I remember when they done that, they put it too close to the road, and we had to have them move it back
No,
at the time. I know that was the biggest controversy about the whole thing. So, yeah, so I don't know. But like I said, that's, it hasn't been that many signs come through here that I can remember. Other than, as part of they have a home occupation or something like that, whenever they added a sign or something like that.
no.
Like these people just want to put the 1 square foot sign on the.
Right,
on
right, like the
on the
Cardinal
building,
605, yeah.
That's allowed, so that's,
All right. Well, that pretty much answers that for me.
I mean, I say, Mike and I had the discussion about it, and we went and drove by there, and I looked what they had. And they came back and I read what this says, and I said, so it's 32 square feet, it's like they're way over that.
Well, and plus then I looked at the 25-foot
Yeah,
setback.
25-foot setback
And,
and
yeah, blah, 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 blah.
the concrete post they got,
Oh, and it says, and well, it's not the same sign. It says, or they cannot exceed 1 parcel.
and the I mean, the columns they got there now is part of the fence, when I look at it,
Yeah,
the fence corner post.
that's expensive fence. All right. Interesting.
I wanted to make sure, we understood. what-
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out. I am. Because I hadn't read it yet. I was waiting for them to come in before I, researched it.
Well, their application was not even close to being complete, so I hadn't,
Yeah,
but then. Mike, I thought, he said, have you seen what was over there? And I said, I don't go that way normally. And so. And they were saying, well. Mike Kevin got a sign on his barn.
well, that's an old heritage type sign at
I know.
the Cook Farm or something from like 10 million
That's
years
allowed.
ago.
If you look in here, that's
Yeah,
allowed.
that's allowed.
Barn's allowed to have this. Sign on this. Yeah. So anyways, but yeah, so
So if, here's a good one for you. So if you had your barn painted with the chew mail pouch tobacco and they do the entire barn, is that illegal? Is
I
that a
don't-
sign?
I don't know. I think it's addressed in here. I don't remember reading about it.
Isn't there one on Gorsuch? Like that?
I don't know.
I saw one somewhere.
I haven't noticed really.
They still make milk?
So anything else,
They still make it. I don't think they paint any barns anymore.
anything else for the good of this meeting?
No.
You got our meeting dates figured out?
Meeting dates. Got our,
We'll
application,
do organizational meeting and all that.
yeah.
Through our zoning book, it says 11 by 17 paper. We tend to use the 11 by 17 paper. I would much prefer.
We've kind of waived that
Standard
because we need to, organizational meeting, we need to upgrade that whole piece of what's required for,
If we go to standard 11 by 8, if it's in a file folder, it's easy to keep track of.
Do you know how hard it is to find legal folders now?
Yeah.
It's like everybody's gotten away from them. Cause I still have legal files and you get, real estate stuff from the lawyers and stuff. And that stuff's still legal size and it sticks out of your folders like you do.
I don't see why it has to be. I mean, I think now if you can go to the map room, you can print the same map off of GIS. You know, but you can't, most people at home can't print.
That's true, yeah.
I think my printer will print it if I don't have the paper.
Well, that's just that. Why do you want to buy a ream of that and mess with that? And then you gotta change the size and then you gotta go back and change it back. If you have a small printer. You know, it's not like when I had my office printer, it does, you just had different drawers and it picked up what you were doing.
Well, then, entertain motion to adjourn.
I will motion to adjourn.
Second it.
Favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, same sign. We're adjourned at 8:49. All right. You can shut off the Zoom if you please.